I wanted to share a story from this past week, and I think it's something that is going to be really helpful for anyone who's trying to lock in some consistency with their training, with their eating, whatever it is. It's about my son. Now, for some context, I use a monthly guide for my own exercise. I have a physical piece of paper on the wall that I can check mark off every day that I do my exercise, or I do the thing that I said I was going to do related to fitness or personal goals or whatever. I have the same sheet for my clients, and I ask them to please print it off and have it in the physical world, because there seems to be a disconnect when we have digital versions of things. Nothing wrong with that. It's nice to have your phone. It's convenient. But sometimes it's a disconnect when we're trying to do a physical thing like exercise and we don't really have something in front of us, something that kind of keeps our goals front of mind. So, you have it on your fridge or by your squat rack or by your exercise bands, whatever it is. Just have it in your life. So you walk by and you say, I have to do that. I was going to do that. I said I was going to do that. I should probably go do that, or find some time to do that. So I have this in my garage, which is where I do most of my exercise. And my son came home from work, and my son was like, "Hey, Dad, check this out. I made something." And then I went to go see what he had done, and he had made his own version of it. He made a little, just a plain piece of paper. He made his own days of the month on there, and he wrote like Owen's exercise sheet or whatever. And he had checked out the first couple of days, because he always tries to see if I'm doing exercise, and he's like, "Hey, are we going to do exercise today?" And he joins me, and we do it together, which is like an amazing thing. But it reminded me how much he's watching, how much he's paying attention to what I'm doing, more than I realized. Like, my actions are more important than the things I say even. So I can say, "Hey, it's important to take care of your body." But if he doesn't see me do that, it doesn't really mean that much, right? Now, the bigger point is, I'm a dad, obviously, and having the kids around is a constant reminder of some level of purpose, some level of why I'm doing the things I'm doing, some reminder of why this matters, why me working on myself matters. And the one thing I ask all my clients to do is really consider why they want to do this. Why do they want to get healthier? Why do they want to lose weight or get stronger or whatever it is? It's easy to say, "Oh, I want to lose a couple pounds." Like, "Okay, that's great, but why do you want to do that?" And I really want you to ask, and you can do this yourself, ask why, and then ask the why under the why. This is a lesson from my 3-year-old. She's there's two parts to her. One, she knows everything, and you say, "Hey, don't do that." She's like, "Yeah, I know. Or it's why. "Hey, don't do that." "Hey, don't bite your baby sister's finger." "Okay, why?" Like, "Okay, well, you're going to hurt her, and it's not a nice thing to do." It's like, "Okay, but why?" And like, "Oh, I didn't expect to have any pushback on that. I don't really have a good answer. Let me think about it for a minute." Take that same philosophy to your own reasons for doing things. When you're talking about your fitness, why do you want to lose some weight? Like, "Well, I don't think I look that great right now, and I want to look better." It's like, "Okay, but why do you want to look better?" It's like, "Okay, well, I'm trying to be more attractive. I want to meet someone, and I want to have a healthy body or a healthy looking body," or whatever it is. Okay, that's the why under. But you can go again. You go, "Okay, but why? Okay, but why?" And keep going until you really have something that resonates with you. It really hits home. And for me, like, the kids are a big part of that for my why. Like, why do you want to be healthy and be somewhat fit? It's like, well, the kids are watching. They are going to see me and want to be like Daddy, which is a beautiful thing. And I hope it lasts forever, but I don't know that it will. That's another story. But if I ask, "Okay, but why?" underneath that, it's like, "Okay, well, I know that I'm mirroring an example to them. So that's something that's very front of mind for me. And that's something that I want to make sure I'm living an example of what values I have, and that they see that, and that hopefully that's some kind of level of that goes into their life." Now, that's the next layer. And I can go deeper, and I'm not going to, because, I get pretty intense and pretty emotional, so I'm not going to do that for the video anyways. The other thing I would recommend is printing out some kind of guide like this. And you can have access to this one. It'll be in the links below, or wherever you do that on the internet. I'll let you know where it is. Have something physical printed out that you can check mark, that you can have in front of you as a reminder. There's a saying, people need to be reminded more than they need to be taught or instructed. And it's true. I mean, I know these reasons why I'm doing the things I'm doing. But in the hustle and bustle of life, me being very distractible and all the other things that go on day to day, it just kind of gets forgotten or gets, pushed to the side mentally as you're scrolling on your phone, as you're doing other things. It just isn't front of mind. And that's the whole point, is having these things front of mind. So having a little visual trigger, like I walk by the fridge and this thing's on the fridge and I'm like, oh yeah, yes, I was going to do that. And this was the reason I was going to do that. It's important. I need to do it. Yep, print it off, like the one I have. You can use the one I have or use a different one, doesn't really matter. Just something to kind of trigger you to, it's like a positive trigger, not a negative trigger, to do the thing you're supposed to be doing and the reasons why you're supposed to be doing it. I like this to be a part of my morning routine. Like I do my exercise in the morning, I review my goals in the morning, I review my why in the morning, because life happens and the reasons we want to do things or the reasons we want to change are all good reasons, but if we're not reminded of them, we just lose track. We just carry on with the daily grind or life's tough, man. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on around us. We have money concerns, we have family concerns, we have all the concerns. And then someone like me comes on here and says, hey, you should probably work on your fitness too. And it's like, dude, whoa, I got enough going on. It's like, okay, let's take a step back. Let's understand why I want that for you, but you need to know why you want that for yourself. And if you have a reason that you can revisit and it's something that you hold on to and it means something to you, it makes this whole process easier. Yeah. And hopefully that means you get where you want to go. All right, let me summarize. Get some kind of visual representation of your goals, whether it's a piece of paper with check marks on it, or whether it's the thing I have in the link, you can print that monthly guide off. Why do you want to do this? And why under the why? What's the why under the why? Act like a 3-year-old, ask lots of whys. That's it. If this is helpful, let me know. If it's not helpful, let me know, because I want to be helpful. And if I'm not, let me know. I want to be better. That's it. Have a wonderful day. Go get them.